Have you accidentally started that?
I've accidentally started the live.
Okay.
As professional as always.
Lovely.
I don't even know if anyone's here. Is there
How did you
anybody
manage
there?
that?
I don't know.
Should we set this up properly?
Yeah.
She didn't even set anything up and she's already started this, but you know, whatever. Oh, your bloody notifications. Right. There we go.
Right. Do you want to bring up the chat thing over there? So
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
actually
It was
see?
one person.
Hello, one person.
And keep him busy.
Yorkshire. Hello, I do enjoy your videos. Marvellous. At least someone does. We just basically mess about, don't we? And hopefully sell a few things along the way. But we used to do lives all the time, but we haven't done one in ages. So this is why I'm out of practice and I've accidentally started it early. So yeah, hopefully more people join in. Oh, good. Life's too short to be serious, I reckon.
Here we are, look.
There we go. Oh, so how are you, Yorkshire?
Yes. Oh, there's two people.
Whoop whoop. Hello, second person.
Yes.
Technology is not my strong suit, is it?
So can we just make sure that everyone can hear us?
Yes.
Because we have got these new microphones and they did seem to work during the actual videos that we, you know, record and stuff. However, how is that coming up on the screen? I like that. But sorry, it's just a chat is coming up on our screen. Is it coming up on? Oh, I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
So yeah, they work in the videos, these microphones, but just to check they work in the live.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's two people. So it is 12:30. So shall we begin? What are we going to talk about? Shall we talk about Vinted?
Oh, we've had no end of trouble with Vinted. They've been an absolute bloody nightmare. Hello, any N1 UK? Nice.
Yes.
Oh, there's 4 people now, yes. So yeah, Vinted has been an absolute, I know we've moaned about Vinted in our last 3 or 4 videos, but it's been an absolute debacle, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it has actually, because it's dragged on for weeks. So I mean, obviously, you may or may not have seen these in our videos, but a few weeks ago, we just had this message from them saying verify. So we did. And it's just been around the houses ever since,
Yeah.
you know, like sending them documents that they don't really particularly, you know, they can't verify us with. So we ended up sending them loads of stuff, and then we got in touch with Mango Pay, and Mango Pay seemed to be a little bit better. But now, obviously, there is the debacle with the clothes sizes, which obviously affects you quite a lot on your.
Well, yeah, I'm still rummaging through everything.
Got 600 plus listings on the Vinted thingy bob, haven't you? That you need to change.
Yeah, I'm working my way through them, but it's taking me bloody ages.
Did you see on the BBC News that apparently it actually made the BBC News about this Vinted clothes sizing thing, and the headline was Vinted users lash out at new clothing size changes. So there's going to be a protest about that, but apparently the state of the economy is absolutely fine, you know.
Yeah, as long as we all worry about the things that matter. Oh, hello, Bold Finds. I can never remember your actual name, sorry. I'm rubbish with names. Any idea?
No.
No.
I was thinking.
I was watching your challenge the other day, and it's really, really cool. And I wanted to do something similar, but I don't want to be a rip-off. But there is an app that I use, or used to use, called Olio, and you can get stuff for free. What he's doing, he's getting stuff for free, working from zero, trying to get up to 10 grand. If you haven't watched his videos, go and watch that because it's really, really good. So he's trying to get up to 10 grand just to show how it can be done from nothing. And he's picking up stuff from Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree, I think.
God, Gumtree, Jesus. Have you seen that new thing they've got on there where they now offer postage, that integrated postage?
I don't know. I think I
So that you can be scammed from afar instead.
have got some quite good free stuff from Gumtree. I used to upcycle a lot of furniture. I used to get some really good furniture from there, but I haven't used it in years
No.
now. James, that's it.
I was going to call you Andy.
And
John, which
John.
yeah,
What's
both are
everyone
incorrect.
saying? Yeah, I wouldn't recommend Vinted if unless you've got the patience of an absolute saint.
At the moment,
I mean,
normally
we
it's
do
okay.
get good sales. We do make good money on Vinted, but when there's a problem, it's a nightmare because the customers. You think eBay customer service is bad? Vinted is a whole different ball game, isn't
I
it?
think with one of the things that I've seen a lot of people say is that with Vintage, you generally get the AI bot, and it's very difficult to get out of the loop with the AI. Whereas with eBay, it seems to be a little bit quicker to get in touch with a real person.
Yeah.
Especially if you use something like social media, I think they're quite responsive on there as well. So, yes.
Yorkshire says, having seen most of your videos, I can't recall you ever listing Pokemon stuff. Have you ever? We have indeed listed. You used to list Pokemon cards, didn't you? For
Yeah,
short while until you realised what a nightmare
I mean,
it was.
I recently did because I had one in my own collection, which was a Charizard. It wasn't like that really expensive one, but it was the shadowless one. But it was, I think it went for about, I sell that for 75, 80 quid, and it was PSA like graded and stuff, and that was fine, that was okay. But like, getting bundles and then breaking all the bundles up and then selling the individual cards, and now just leave that to other people. I can't be doing with that, I'm afraid.
And there's so many fakes out there as well, so you really need
Yeah.
to know your stuff, which we don't, and I've got no interest in. I mean, I did or do kind of collect wrestling cards, trading cards, because I'm a nerd, but not seriously or anything like that.
Yeah. And it's the same with Funkos now, isn't it? There's so many fakes out there, but there are ways to tell them apart. So there are videos probably on YouTube about it, to be fair. And you can tell them apart, but you do have to look really carefully at all the little details of them. And the same with the Pokemon cards. Though apparently, if you look at the edge of a Pokemon card, if it's real, you can see the foil. So there is that.
Yeah, but at my age, I'm having to squint to see things anyway. So I'm not gonna I'm like that.
Get your magnifying glass out.
Well, I have to get my son to read me the instructions on the back of food sometimes because I just can't see it.
She's like this otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, what
and it's like, where's your glasses? I'm like, oh, in the bedroom somewhere. And it's like,
Yeah, or in the car, or, at the office.
Somewhere other than on my face.
Someone else is wearing them today. Yeah, that kind of thing.
So how's the challenge going, James? Are you at your 10 grand yet? I like the idea of that. It's a proper Del Boy idea.
Yeah.
Like this time next year when we're millionaires.
Yeah. Only if we robbed a bank, I think. We'll probably be in prison, actually, to be fair, because, we're both bumbling idiots, aren't we?
Well, at least we'd have 3 square meals and a roof over our head.
What is this thing about 3 square meals? Is it waffles, is it?
Bird's eye potato waffles.
Yeah.
And which is what we're kind of doing at the moment, just waffling on, really. Everyone's gone quiet and we've lost people.
Yeah, kind of. But so anyway, what else should we chat about? Because this is like something we haven't done in about a year.
Yeah, a bit out of practice.
Yeah. So anybody got any questions or suggestions for something we can waffle about?
Oh, James has said, new episode out tomorrow. I should have started when the car boots were full flow, would make it easy. Yeah,
probably would. Yeah,
it would, but it's more interesting when you have to hustle and do these things. Hustle.
And it's free, isn't it? The stuff. Was it? You say it was for free?
Well, it started from zero. So once he's got some money.
Oh, okay. So you can reinvest. Yeah.
I think he picked up a Panasonic TV stand and sold that. So he's got some seed money now to spend and then build it up. It's a really good idea. I like it.
So this is one thing, right? It's like you watch a lot of reseller videos because we did at the beginning, didn't we? As we both used to watch a lot of the resellers. But now I don't watch resellers because I watch body cam videos instead. So like my note taking about how to, interact with the public, shall we say, all comes from body cam.
Yeah.
And what else do?
Like really
dog
horrific
grooming.
crimes, and completely different.
We
And
watched
dog
dog
grooming as
grooming.
in being brushed, not as in, you know,
Getting on the internet and trying to meet them at a train station. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, so there is all that sort of stuff that I watch, but you know, whatever's each
Yeah.
to their own and all
I
that.
watch obviously Bold Finds, and who was I watching yesterday or day before? What's his name? I always go to call him Market Man Mike, but it's not.
Carbon Chris.
No.
No.
Gentleman Marketeer. He's really good. He sells loads, and he knows loads. So I'm the same. True crime more than resellers. Also,
Yeah.
audit channels. God.
Oh.
I absolutely. There is so. I mean, it's interesting to watch, but can you imagine someone following you around like that?
I tell you which
Making
ones
sure
I like.
do
right,
your job properly.
is the predator catchers.
Oh yeah,
I do like them, and some of them are absolute. Like, I don't know. There was that guy, wasn't there, who they caught up in. Was that in Birmingham? He came over to, and he was dressed like a clown. Because they'd asked him to dress like a clown, so that apparently the kid he was meeting would know who he was. It'd just be like, look for the guy dressed like a clown. And then,
yeah.
yeah, and then I believe towards the end of the video he soiled himself as well, so that made for quite an interesting video, that one.
Yeah. But we watch all sorts, really.
Yeah.
How's you've got a true crime channel, haven't you, James? I think we've watched a couple of those a while ago, but then I forgot about it.
God.
No offence. But there's so many true crime channels out there, aren't there? Are you still doing that? Or have you given
I
it
tell you
up?
who's a good one is Emma Kenny.
Emma Kenny's really
Because
good.
she dissects all the cases, like from the perspective, because she's, I think, is she a psychologist?
Yeah.
So she kind of picks apart everything, you know, like from a psychologist's point of view. Really interesting. So Bold finds I need to commit more time to the channel. It is really, isn't it? And we were thinking about a second channel, but it's like, okay, so we recently have been like every now and again making a video for this one. So how are we going to feel making another channel and having to make more videos for that one?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like fitting all the stuff in that you need to do, really.
It's a lot more effort than people think, keeping a YouTube channel going. I mean, it's not like proper work, obviously, but having the motivation to keep doing
And
the videos.
ideas. And ideas as well.
Truly Criminal. I don't think we've seen that one, have we? It's his favourite UK
No,
one.
I haven't seen that. I'll have to look at that later, actually. Yeah.
So anyway, murder aside, how's everyone's sales? Being as we're resellers, we better talk about reselling.
Unless, of course, you have been murdering people, in which case, have murdered anyone nice recently?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a few people on everyone's list. Starmer. Oh, I'm not allowed to be political, am I?
I don't know. I mean, you know, everyone has their shit list, shall we say? So, yeah. Their shit.
Yeah, I've been picking up loads and loads and loads and loads of clothes. Quite a lot of vintagey stuff, St Michael's, Flasher Max, which is what I call them. But you know, like the Rain Max. Yeah. I've been getting those, and those have been selling really well. So I have suit jackets, because apparently it's the weather for kind of suit jackets now.
Yeah,
and you can pick them all out.
Little jackety thing.
There's a really good charity shop that I go to locally, and I get everything's £1. All the clothing's £1. The coats and that are £3. But they're just brilliant.
She was recently devastated to find out that they're shutting next August.
Yeah.
Because the woman who runs it, she's decided to retire, and her daughter kind of, I don't think she helps out. I think they run it together, but the daughter doesn't want to run it on her own because it's too much work for two people, let alone one.
Yeah.
And apparently even when they're not in the shop, they're still working. So
yeah, they're just always working. I don't know how they do it, and especially for free. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to put in, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway.
So who else have we got then? Who's in the chat that's been quiet? In the live that's been quiet and not talking to us?
Any lurkers, please?
Yeah. Because what I'm going to be doing today is
Oh my God, look at that.
That's terrible. She's a clothing... Right, we're clothing resellers and her shoes are falling apart.
They are on both sides as well.
Are they cheap shoes or are they good
These
ones?
are Converse.
Oh.
Do you want to see this, right?
This is top quality content.
So we've already got a split in these bloody shoes on one side. I'm not lifting my leg up. But this is top quality. Do you want to buy that from the charity shop, do you? Look. Look at that.
Yeah, they'll be
Hello.
unvinted. They'll be unvinted, like excellent condition.
Yeah.
25 quid.
I did already know they were falling apart. I just
Oh,
love
did
them.
you? You love them?
Yeah, I'll
I
have to
don't.
sellotape them to my feet soon, though.
I prefer the high top Converse. I used to collect them.
To be fair, though, I've lost a bit of weight recently, but I used to have cankles, so I didn't like to wear high tops because, you know, I just felt like a fat bastard trying to do them up, really. But anyway.
Who's that? I can't see. I can't read the chat because
I all just jumped in.
who's that?
That is Island Magpie.
Hello, Island Magpie.
Mm.
So what will you be doing today, Alexis? I'm
What am I
photographing
doing?
clothes.
So what I'm doing is I'm going to go to the post office after we're done this, and I'm going to get rid of a load of post. And then I'm going to sort through some more stuff to put on our eBay, and I'm going to sort through, because I'm selling off my own collection of sort of stuff. I was going to call it crap. It's not, everything is crap. So I'm selling off a lot of that at the moment. So I'm just kind of working my way through that. And it's all my own stuff. I've been storing it for years, and I just looked at it, and I was like, why? You know, like, why am I doing this? So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
It's the fluffy muffin.
Hello.
Hello, fluffy muffin. Yeah, I'll Gorilla Glue them.
Gorilla Glue. Yeah, we've got some of that somewhere.
Yeah, from the Action Man days when I used to Gorilla Glue pieces of body back on.
And your own hands to
and
the
my
desk.
own hands
yeah,
to the
and
desk.
your own face
yeah.
to the wall, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Mhm. Yes.
So that's what. Yeah.
So what are you doing?
As I said, I'm photographing clothing, listing a load of clothing, skewing all the clothing that I did the other day.
Mm.
And if I get time, working through the hundreds and hundreds of incorrect sizes on Vinted.
God.
So we're going to be here till quite late.
See, we have a cat and he doesn't do anything all day. So if we can teach him how to use a laptop, you've got one at home, haven't you? He can use. He could just sit there and do that for you.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything major to ask of a cat, is it?
No. I think, he gets free room and board.
Yeah, exactly.
Room and board, is that what you say? What you call it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just waffling now. Oh God, we've got 14 people in.
Listening to us about the cat who
Talking about our
can't
cat.
use a laptop. What surprise.
Yeah.
What an absolute surprise. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So in amongst my storage unit, I found a load of boxes that were empty, and these are boxes for like Tassimos and printers and consoles. Does anybody else do that? Do you get a new thing in a box and then stick the box up in the loft or in the garage? Do you keep them? Because
If you have
apparently
a loft,
I did, and
can
quite
we-
a lot of them.
If you have a spare loft, could we move in? Because it would be bigger than our flat.
Yeah, no. No, I don't want to, because they're usually quite dusty and full of spiders, and I have a massive phobia to spiders.
You do. And I don't like mice and rats.
See, I'm not too bad with them. I don't mind them, but yeah, the spiders hate them. Mind you, between us, we can save each other's skin on this one, can't we? Really?
We can. Anyway, reselling.
Yes.
How are you doing with your
plot.
books? Why don't you show everyone them that book bundle you got the other day with the Ed Gein, or is that all away?
No, it isn't.
Alexis picked up.
It may or may not be, actually.
Lofts are cold. Yeah. But we're a couple of middle-aged women, we get hot flushes, so we'll be fine in that regard.
Where to put it?
But
Okay. I've kind of like scattered things far and wide amongst the bookshelf. Anyway, you keep talking, I'll find stuff.
yeah, I'll keep talking. I don't know if anybody watched the talk. We were talking about true crime a little while ago, but if anyone watched the Ed Gein thing on Netflix, Monster, I think it was called, or something like that. But it was absolute rubbish. It was so rubbish. It was the biggest pile of poo I've ever seen in my life. We're losing people. But you've left me on to my own devices, and we've lost like 4 people.
So this here is one of the things that I got in this bundle, right? Actually, I've got a cassette tape as well here, and then there's a few books. Now the books are obviously a bit of like everything, So there's some pretty graphic stuff in there, I have to say, and some of them are worth quite a bit. Where's that one that's worth quite a lot? Where is it? Because that was the reason I bought this. Keep them chatting,
Keep
Jennifer.
them chatting.
Keep them.
Fluffy Muffin has no
chatting.
idea what tog duvet to use anymore due to hot night flushes. Yeah, we've got our winter one on, but
Right.
Hi, I'm Ed Winchester. That's chop chop bang bang work work.
Right.
I can't remember the rest of it. Hello, long time no see.
So, Ed Gein bundle. Right. So this was the book that I got them for, I think. Right.
Trigger warning.
Oh no, this doesn't have photos in it. Some
The
of them
front has got a photo.
Yeah, that's Leatherface out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's not actually Ed
I
Gein.
used to work. Well, I used to be a nurse, and my
She used
first
to work.
boss.
No, she
I used
doesn't.
to work, and now I don't. My first boss looked just like
Whoa.
Leatherface. She was quite
Okay.
terrifying.
I'm not going to show you this, but that is quite graphic. And some of these older books on him. Oh yeah, there we go. Some of these older books have some really, really, really kind of gross, uncensored pictures. However, yeah. So that one. Now, how much was that worth again? Was it about 50-ish or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. So that's the reason I got it. But then I looked this one up. Disc doesn't seem to be in here properly, so this is probably scratched. Feck. No, it won't go in the case. Right. But I looked this up and I was like, I couldn't find anything. And then I think I did eventually find it somehow, and it was worth a bit more than I thought. Again, I can't remember. This is really interesting stuff, and don't fall asleep, for God's sake. So this is Ed Gein, official member Ed Gein fan club.
Did you find any information on that?
No, I haven't.
We have no idea what this is, where it's
no,
from.
I do know what it is.
Oh, okay.
So I originally thought it was some sort of music, but if you take the inlay out,
We have actually got a tape player down there.
yeah. If you take the inlay out, it says here 2 documentaries on America's most bizarre murderer. It includes A Nice Quiet Man and another short documentary. So you've got like it says Ed Gein, and then it says Psycho on the other side. So, but this is all kind of, I mean, I know a bit about Ed Gein and stuff like that, but this kind of stuff is a bit new to me, really.
But you picked up that bundle quite cheaply, didn't you?
I did really, yeah.
So it's a good little purchase. But you've been doing really well with your books, haven't you? You've sold quite a few.
Well, the thing is, I like books.
Oh, you sold that.
So I know what I'm looking for now because
you've done the Daily Post, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you sold that cookie book there, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Yeah. I can't remember which one that was though.
Dairy cooking or something like that. I don't know. Oh, okay. Never mind. Anyway, Alexis is selling lots and lots of books at the moment.
Yes.
Nothing better than a physical book. Hello, Deborah Mills. No, I prefer my Kobo because we live in a tiny flat.
Here we go again. We live in a tiny flat.
We live in a tiny
somewhere
flat.
We can rent this
Yeah,
bigger.
buy us a house, people. Hi, Chris. Yeah, because we live in a tiny flat, I prefer to have.
She prefers to goes out. She prefers to go out.
And once I've read a book, I don't read it again. So it's better just to have a Kobo and then read it, and then it's done.
Mm.
And I can, because I'm really impatient as well. So once I finish one, I want the next one. So I just buy it there and then, rather than rooting around charity shops for them.
Mm.
What are you smirking at me for now?
I don't know, because I've gone insane.
But I mean, as you can see, Alexis quite likes a book.
Yeah, but those are ones I'm selling. But I've got, absolutely tons over there in the corner, and in bags and boxes and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, books everywhere.
I did bring my bookshelf in from home, and I've got another one I got to put up. So yeah, there will be somewhere that I'm putting these books, but I've got loads of collectible ones because I don't just like reading them; I like collecting them as well. So
Chris is having a beef pot noodle.
Hurrah!
I've got pot noodles in the cupboard. I could have brought one for lunch.
You had a sticky rib.
Sticky rib, yeah. I only read a book on a plane as I am petrified of flying. I've never been on a plane, but I mean, I think I'd have to take something stronger than a book to get me on a plane. Yeah. Or just knock me on. I'll be like Mr. T. I ain't getting on no plane. Fool.
See, the weird thing was he was quite a tough guy, except for on a plane.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? You really didn't want to go on a plane? Yeah.
You're welcome to buy my house, more room for books.
How much is your house?
Yeah, I mean, we're happy to buy it as long as you want 50 pence for it.
Well, as long as it's within our budget, yeah. Which we could push that limit to £1. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, £1, and I'll throw in a couple of rolls of brown tape that you see behind you. So yeah, that,
and a signed photo of us,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, I've just really remembered that our rent is going up again. Anyone else rent, or is everyone lucky enough to have their own mortgage and house?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you're at the moment luckiest if you outright own your house or your flat or whatever, because then that's one less sort of thing, I suppose. But yeah, renting is not great. 5 bed for £1. Yep, done.
I don't know what we do with 5. I know what you do with 5 bedrooms. You fill them full of books.
And probably more animals as well, actually. Yeah. Have a guinea pig room.
Because we can't have guinea pigs or other pets, because our landlord won't allow it.
So Fluffy Muffin rents?
Well, our 2-bedroom flat is just gone up to £950 a month, I think.
Yeah, but apparently it's the going rate.
Yeah.
Apparently, which is insane.
Yeah,
realistically.
And we live on the outskirts of Norwich, so it's not in the city or anything like that.
See, about 10 or so years ago, I moved out on my own. So I lived all on my own. And so it was just me paying the rent and I could do it. But now it's it's a lot harder, isn't it, to do that? And I don't know whether I would still be able to do it if I was living all on my own now.
I don't know.
There are perks to living all on your own, by the way.
I'd hate it.
You'd hate it, but I loved it.
I'd drive myself mad.
So Fluffy Muffin's rent has more or less stayed the same, and you are exceptionally lucky, I think, in that, because
I think she means that it's the same as ours.
Oh, same as ours. Sorry, there was me getting confused. I thought you meant it stayed the same.
No, our landlords like to raise it every year.
They do. Yeah, they don't. Waste time doing that. Yet they take about 10 years to come out and fix a radiator. But there we go.
Yes. Whereabouts do you live then, Fluffy? Whereabouts in the country are you? Because we're in Norwich. Maybe we should move somewhere like, I don't know, the Outer Hebrides.
Apparently, I was looking. I think it's somewhere up north is like the cheapest place to rent. But obviously, you go on and you look on Rightmove. I can't remember where it was. If you go and Google it, but if you go and look on Rightmove or anywhere else, there are no places to rent there because it is so cheap. People just snap them up so quickly. But yeah, it's a pity that if one place can be cheap, why can't everywhere be cheap? But there
Northumberland. I don't know where that is. I'm a bit thick when it comes to like where places are. I know where Birmingham is and I know where Norwich is.
No mortgage, but I'm retired at 47 now, 53. So what did you do?
That's amazing. Well done. Give us your knowledge.
Lovely.
Let us know.
What did you do for a job then that allowed you to retire at 47? Were you, shall we guess?
Yeah.
An Olympic athlete?
Or I don't know.
A football player? They retire earlier, don't they?
I think so, yeah.
Mm.
Scottish Borders for me, originally from Tyneside. Oh, have you got a really cool accent then? I love the Newcastle.
A mix of Newcastle and Scottish.
I love Lainey's accent. I don't know if anyone, I'm sure you all know Lainey, but her accent's really cool, isn't it? And I think she's from around that way.
She's from Newcastle.
Oh, is she?
I believe so, yeah. She's
I don't know.
Definitely got a Geordie accent, hasn't she? So I'm up in North in Yorkshire, cheaper to live up here. Yorkshire's
I've never been.
Nice.
I think it's quite nice up there. I've never been. We want to go to Scotland as well, don't we? What we need to do is befriend people who watch our channel, and then we can just go and stay with them for a couple of days and have a free trip.
To be fair, that would be weird. That would be weird. I mean,
who
no
wouldn't
offense,
want us
no
in their
offense
house?
to everybody. What, two complete strangers?
Complete strange women.
Like, yeah, no offense, but you just don't know, do you? Who you might be staying with.
$5.50 a month for a 2-bedroom cottage. Where are you?
How? And can you sublet?
I remember my first place was a 2-bedroom masonette, and that was £375 a month. But I was 16, so how long?
Many
years ago. 20, 30 years ago? No, 25 years ago.
I absolutely love that. I have one more son to move out. I wrap his sandwiches in a road map as a hint.
That is a very good idea, because my son is almost 20 and he's hoping to move out. We're hoping that they move out soon. I'm joking, Leo. You can stay as long as you like, as long as it isn't too long. And
Well, to be fair, is Leo watching this?
I have no idea. Might watch it. Oh, Orkney. Oh God, you sent a guitar to Orkney. Do you remember?
I did. It's off the coast of Scotland. So yeah, and I was I wasn't very hopeful it was going to end up getting there in entirely one piece, but it managed to. I didn't send it by every, by the way, in case you wondered.
Fluffy's a serial killer, apparently.
Lovely, good to know. It seems nearly all letting agents refuse to consider. Yeah, exactly. Yes, and now you have to. It's pretty much like applying for a job, isn't it? You fill an application form and all that crap. I mean, years ago, I remember just walking into a place and just going, "I'll take it," and then going, "Okay, we'll have the deposit from you, etc." And it was lovely. But now, yeah, it's like applying for jobs.
It's like Squid Games, isn't it? You have to go through all these hurdles.
Yeah.
And whoever's left alive at the end gets to rent the house for a ridiculous amount of money.
The giant doll that is the letting agent.
Yeah. I mean, we would love to move, but we can't.
Well, that was, it was giant hand, wasn't it? Let's face it.
Because we're self-employed, estate agents don't want to hear about it, do they?
Basically,
really?
yeah. As soon as you put self-employment, I suppose it's weird because they seem to have this idea that because you're self-employment, your self-employment could just suddenly disappear, or you could just kind of not have much money in an instant, and so it's a bit of a high-risk thing. But yet, in this kind of day and age and climate that we're in economically, anybody's job can just go, and like you could be made redundant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So literally, yeah, any job really.
Yeah.
My rent was $12.50 a month 13 years ago on a 2-bed flat in Essex. Bloody hell! Bloody hell! Townhouses in Essex, 1.5 mil.
Is Essex a fancy area then? Is that where millionaires live?
It's kind of around the outskirts of London. Do you remember when we went and picked up that Star Wars stuff? That was Essex.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Essex. Anyway.
All I know about Essex isn't it like
Stacey Solomon. Is that where she comes from?
I don't know. No, yeah. Well, Dagenham. Is Dagenham Essex? I don't know.
I'm around London, isn't it?
No job is safe these days. No.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to work to if you work in a normal job, you have to work twice as hard to keep your normal job for less pay. And the stress is too much.
See, I mean, to be fair, you were a mental health nurse, and there is, I mean, sometimes I look at jobs. Do you ever do that if you like doing stuff like this? Is you kind of go, oh my God, I can't keep doing this. It's not financially viable, yada yada. So you go on and you look up actual, normal jobs and shit like that. And some of the jobs that I've looked at, they've paid pretty much near what your full time wage for mental health nursing. And I'm pretty much, I would say, unskilled. Because I don't have specific job training like the mental health stuff or anything like that. It's weird.
It's nice being a reseller because if you can turn your mobile phone on and you're not going to have a million messages from, patients who are in dire need. And, I won't go any further because it's a bit dark.
And you're not going to end up, with a phone call saying, can you come in half an hour because such and such has gone off sick, or like could you work for 2 weeks straight through without any sort of break of any kind, that kind of stuff.
And no one's life is in your hands, even though some customers message and want their parcel yesterday. You'd think their life was in your hands, but it's not. What are you doing?
I have no idea, but I do realise that I just said 2 weeks straight through without a break, and I realise there are people who do the reselling who don't have a break and they do work straight through. But when you're working doing this sort of stuff, I suppose you can just step away for 5 minutes and when you need it, and you can. Like we find if we're ill, we don't then have to put on the voice.
Your sick voice.
I'm really ill.
No matter how ill you are, no, it's a backache or a migraine, you've got to do the sick voice. You can't come in today. We've all caught the sick.
Today. I've just smoked too many packets of fags.
Yeah, I've just smoked 40 fags. I can't possibly come in today.
That'll get this video banned. We just said the FAGS word, haven't we?
Oh God, would you going to be banned? You would be banned by now, surely.
To be fair though, you're not allowed to say that though.
Why?
So when you go into the supermarket, do you remember those? Is it called Brains?
Yeah, we won't say the word. Oh, I used to love them.
Yeah. So what about if you were to go in and ask where they were? Would you then get thrown out?
I don't know. Maybe they've changed the name. You can't. The world's just gone crazy. No one gets humour anymore. There's no sense of satire. Everyone's so careful about what they have to say. It's just ridiculous. If I said half of what I thought, then we would be banned. You know. What does Fluffy say? Oh, what did Deborah say first?
This is so we'll do these last two and then we'll go because we've now been
Oh yes, we got carried
rattling
away.
on
And we've got work to do.
So Deborah, I know, so Deb, you know, true, I worked harder selling on eBay than I ever did running a company.
Harder work, but at least you're working for yourself.
Yeah. And Fluffy says, when I worked for a care agency, one week I left home Thursday afternoon and got home Tuesday. Oh my God, because my boss put me on sleepover shifts where you can sleep but you don't.
Yeah. I used to work, I did a lot of nights on when I was doing my training, and I never slept.
There's a reason why the care sector is always trying to find employees, and why there's a massive turnover of staff, because it is so exhausting.
Yeah. And it's a thankless job a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note.
Yes, on that note, we've had a rant, and most of it, well, it's just been about random stuff, as usual.
Yeah.
So
we'll probably do another live in the future. I don't know when. But Alexis doesn't like doing lives.
What?
I don't know.
I know. No. Hang on. Right. It's not that I don't like doing them. It's just like sometimes they're right in the middle of the day, and then I get all stressy about like planning around them. But it's not that I don't like doing them. Actually, sitting here and chatting is absolutely fine. But yeah. But you get really nervous.
I do get really nervous. Anyway. I'm not a naturally chatty person, so I have quite a lot of views in my head that aren't for public consumption. And
she really has to hold back the stuff that's rattling around in her brain, I'm afraid. So, if you had the uncensored version, I'll tell you what, we'll do members only. We'll do members only videos where she says everything that just pops into her head, and we'll see how far we get with that one before she's locked up. Right, so anyway, let's be going.
Thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you in our next video.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, do the hype thing. I don't know how it all works on this live, but do all of that stuff.
Nice.
And leave our videos running in the background all day so we get lots of money.
All day, every day. Yeah.
Yeah, all day, every day.
All right then. So we'll see you soon. Bye.
I don't know how to end this.
Bit dramatic.